Okay, everybody, this is my third attempt at making this video. The second attempt you might have already gotten a notice about, but there was something wrong with the sound quality of that video, so I deleted it. My apologies. You'll get a new notice, and hopefully this video will work. This is my review of the Nature's Head composting toilet. It's my third effort at making this video, as I mentioned. The first video was made yesterday after I spent a very difficult half an hour fixing a problem with the Nature's Head composting toilet. I had posted an email or posted a message on the Facebook page of the company that makes it, Nature's Head, and I had sent them an email. And I finally heard from them after I'd made the video. So I felt a little bit vindicated by some of the things that the owner of the company told me. And I also thought that I should make a new video updating based upon what he said. One of the problems with using my phone to make a video is I don't really know where to look. So I'll have to play this video and see if I'm making eye contact or if I look goofy, or both. So at any rate, I'm going to try to be a little more succinct. The video that I just deleted was 19 minutes long. I don't think you need 19 minutes. So the reason I got a composting toilet is that I want to go off-grid. I will have to add solar, and I'll have to add at least a freshwater holding tank, if not a gray water, and I'll have to add batteries. All that is doable. What wouldn't be doable, really, except with a lot of effort, is converting to a flush toilet, from a flush toilet to composting. So I just decided to start with composting. I chose the Nature's Head because it separates the urine from the fecal matter by having a separate urine bottle and a composting base, so you don't have any smell. I've had a lot of difficulty with it, not because I mind using a composting toilet, but because it has some design flaws, in my opinion, and some of them are being addressed by the company, according to the owner who called me yesterday. So, here goes. The first problem that I have with it is that the urine bottle is in a compartment on the front of the base, and you have to lift up the seat to get to it to empty it. Doing that exposes the entire base full of composting fill, which is somewhat unpleasant. And Larry, the owner of the company's answer to that was, "You don't have to lift the seat up all the way, just 45 degrees. Well, that's great if you can hold the seat while you're taking out the urine bottle, which I can't do. So I empty my urine bottle into the gray water line. You could dump it outside. It's completely sanitary, but I think that's a little disrespectful of my neighbors who are very close. But anyway, so that's kind of a problem. The next problem is that the base itself is heavy. The fill material isn't particularly heavy. I use peat moss. But the base is heavy, and you have to put a kitchen trash bag over the top of the base and then flip it to empty the fill. That's fine if you're completely able-bodied, if you have strong hands. If you don't have spastic hands, you can tell I'm looking all around trying to make sure I make some eye contact. But I don't have strong hands, and my hands are spastic, and so that's kind of unwieldy to flip the base with the bag over it. Another design problem is that the urine bottle is in a compartment at the front of the base that does not come off. So you have to deal with that compartment when you flip it to change the fill. That makes it even more cumbersome. An additional problem is that there are no handles on the side of it, so you have nothing onto which to hold when you flip it. I find that very problematic. That's really the most difficult part of it for me. Another design problem that I see with it is that when you bend over to turn the agitator, that's how you get the composting going. There's a handle on the side. You turn an agitator that turns the peat moss over. That handle falls off. It's not very secure. It's also hard to turn. The owner of the company told me that they're redesigning the agitator and the handle. Now, I talked to the owner of the company in December. I didn't have a manual, and I had a lot of questions about it. My builder did not install it. Somebody installed it for me. It was installed a little incorrectly, and I had to make some changes myself. I didn't really know how to do that. I needed help. The owner was not very gracious when I talked to him on the phone in December. Although he did offer to buy the toilet back from me in December, which would have meant that I would have had to take it out, ship it, not have a toilet for a couple weeks, wait for the refund, buy a new one. Yesterday, he said, you know, I really don't like having an unhappy customer. I'll send you $1,000. You can buy whatever toilet you want. That was really nice of him, and I didn't take him up on it because I felt like that was maybe too nice. I felt as though I had made a decision to go with this toilet and to keep it, try to figure out how to use it, and that's not his fault. It's designed the way it's designed. However, he told me he's redesigning the agitator and the handle, and that new Nature's Made toilets will have a different agitator and a different handle. And he said that when those are in production, they will fit the model that I have, and he offered to send me one free. I took him up on that offer. They'll be ready in 45 or so days. And I felt like that was an okay resolution to at least that problem. Won't solve the problem with the base being cumbersome. Won't solve the problem with not having handles, having to lift up the seat. Those problems are just part of the design. But there you have it for the third time, much shorter. It's only 8 minutes. When I first did the video, I gave 1 thumb down and a half a thumb down to the Nature's Head composting toilet. But in retrospect, I think I'll give it 1 thumbs up. It does work. There's no smell. When you use peat moss, it's easy to deal with. I use RV toilet paper. It doesn't say that in the manual, but use it. It biodegrades faster, and that way your fill doesn't get clogged up with toilet paper. The problem that I had with it yesterday was a piece of toilet paper had gotten wrapped around the agitator. As a consequence, it had not biodegraded. And that wasn't disgusting or anything, it just had locked the agitator. So when I dumped it out and changed the fill, that came, I had to pull at it, but everything is biodegraded, composted. It's not really gross, but it's a little unsanitary. So it is what it is. It's a composting toilet. I know Joyce hates that expression, so do I. But it is, in fact, what it is. It's a composting toilet. You do have to deal with it. If you don't want to deal with changing composting toilet, don't get one. So that's my review of the composting toilet made by Nature's Head. I know there's another one. I didn't know this before, but I do now, called Airhead, that you just pull the urine bottle out. You don't have to lift the seat up. I probably would have gone with that, but I didn't know about it. So check that one out as well. And as usual, thanks for sharing a few minutes of my tiny life. And I hope this video works. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.